This is a retail fixture layout created in Bluebeam using markups. It defines where fixtures should be positioned within the store. Turning this into a Revit model means placing and orienting every fixture manually. What you're about to see is a different approach. This layout is exported as a BAX file. Before the layout can be placed, it first needs to be registered to the Revit model using common reference points. This aligns the Bluebeam and Revit coordinate systems by calculating the translation for accurate placement. In just a few seconds, 46 Revit families have been placed and positioned to match the Bluebeam layout automatically. The interesting part isn't that it works, it's how it got to this point. Before developing this add-in, I explored a very different approach. The workflow began by placing a series of seed families into the Revit model. The fixture layout was then exported from Bluebeam as a CSV, and together with the PDF markup was submitted to an AI through an MCP workflow using a carefully constructed and very long prompt. As the layouts changed, it often needed to be reviewed and adjusted to achieve consistent results. The AI then interpreted the drawing, matched it against the seed families, and determined where each fixture should be placed. And because the AI was reasoning through the placement process, generating a complete model wasn't instantaneous. The first engineering challenge was getting the right data out of Bluebeam. Every markup already contains information describing each fixture, including its position within the layout. Those coordinates form the foundation of the placement process. My first approach was to export that information as a CSV file. The CSV proved the concept and allowed the first prototype to be built, but it quickly became clear that it wasn't exposing everything the application needed. Some information was available, but other important properties were either missing or difficult to reconstruct reliably. That led me to investigate Bluebeam's BAX format. Unlike the CSV, the BAX contains a much richer description of every markup. It preserves the properties required to accurately recreate the layout inside Revit. The second engineering challenge was accurately translating the Bluebeam layout into the Revit model. Although both represent the same store, they're fundamentally different environments. One is a 2D markup, the other is a BIM model containing intelligent Revit families. The challenge was ensuring that every fixture ended up in exactly the right location. The solution begins with the set-out elements already contained within the Bluebeam layout. These provide common reference points that exist in both the Bluebeam layout and the Revit model. This registration process aligns the two coordinate systems, allowing every fixture location from the BAX file to be translated accurately into the model. But there was still one final problem. In Revit, every family has an origin. This is the point Revit uses whenever the family is inserted into a project. The origin is defined where the reference planes intersect. Every placement made by the application is based on this single point, which is why, when the origin changes, the family placement changes. Watch what happens when I update the Sing family. It moves because the application was placing the family using the center of the fixture. When I change the origin, I change the point Revit uses for placement. Further to this, at first glance, this triple end appears to have been placed incorrectly. But when I opened the family, it became clear that the application had actually done exactly what it had been instructed to do. The orientation in the project matched the orientation defined in the family itself. The problem wasn't the placement algorithm, it was the family definition. Rather than modifying every family, I extended the mapping system to include placement rules. This allows individual fixture types to specify additional rotation where required. After updating the mapping, I can clear the imported fixtures and run the placement again. This time, the triple end is placed with the correct orientation. By combining consistent family origins with configurable placement rules, the application can accommodate differences between Revit families while maintaining a reliable placement workflow across an entire project. The final challenge was making the application work on any project, using any family library. To test this, I switched to a completely different project, a cafe, which uses a completely different set of Revit families. The layout is exported from Bluebeam as a BAX file and opened in Revit. Before anything can be placed, the application checks whether every Bluebeam fixture has a corresponding Revit family. If a match doesn't already exist, the mapping manager identifies the missing fixtures and asks which loaded Revit family should be used. Once a family has been mapped, that relationship is saved and can be reused the next time the same Bluebeam symbol is encountered. I'll deliberately leave the register unmapped. It'll make sense why in just a moment. With the families mapped, the final step is registration. This project uses grid intersections. The application lists the Bluebeam reference points, so the corresponding locations can be selected directly in the Revit model. After the placement finishes, the add-in compares the BAX with what was actually created in Revit. It reports that 23 of the 25 elements were successfully placed. Rather than failing silently, it immediately tells us that 2 fixtures couldn't be created and so were skipped. The remaining 2 are the registers that I intentionally left unmapped. The registration process also calculates the scale required to convert the Bluebeam coordinates into Revit coordinates. In this example, the calculated scale is 0.05. That means every coordinate imported from Bluebeam is multiplied by 0.05, so the layout matches the size of the Revit model. This calculation is performed automatically from the reference points selected during registration, so it doesn't matter if different projects use different drawing scales. The report also allows me to validate the result. Here, the gondolas have been placed correctly, but they're facing the wrong direction. Rather than modifying the family, I can simply update the mapping rule and apply a 90-degree rotation for this family type. I'll also complete the mapping for the remaining register families. This time, every fixture has been matched and successfully placed. All 25 elements from the Bluebeam layout have been recreated in Revit. The gondolas are now correctly orientated. The missing registers have been added. And the same placement engine that recreated the original supermarket layout has successfully adapted to a completely different project with a different family library. The final test was scalability. Not just recreating one layout, but supporting multiple design iterations throughout a project. The first layout is registered and imported into Revit. So that you can see exactly how long the complete process takes, I've started a timer in the corner. Within seconds, the first design iteration has been completed. The layout has been recreated successfully with one remaining adjustment. The freezer families are facing the wrong direction, and that's something the mapping can fix, as I've already shown. Let's move on to the second iteration. Whether it's the first design, the 5th revision, or a completely different project, the workflow remains the same. Export the BAX, register the layout, import the fixtures. Again, the result is excellent, with a couple of families needing rotation corrections in the mapping. Finally, here's the third design iteration. What started as an idea to automate a single store layout has evolved into a workflow that can adapt to different projects, different family libraries, and multiple design iterations. There's still plenty I'd like to improve, but it's exciting to see how far the project has come. If you've got ideas for new features, improvements, or different workflows you'd like to see, I'd genuinely love to hear them in the comments below. 3 complete design iterations, 1 Revit model, a total of 156 families placed. The entire workflow, including registering each layout, importing the BAX files, and placing every family, took just 2 minutes and 6 seconds. For a process that traditionally involves manually repositioning dozens of fixtures every time a layout changes, that's a significant reduction in repetitive modeling effort. More importantly, it means design teams can evaluate multiple layout options in minutes instead of repeatedly rebuilding them from scratch. If you found this video useful, please give it a like and consider subscribing to follow the next stage of the project. And if you know someone working with Revit, BIM, or retail design who might find this interesting, I'd really appreciate you sharing it with them.